It's year 3. Year 1 was great. Year 2, a lot of circumstances. The Cowboys did make the postseason. It's a lot of pressure, though, for Dak to say, hey, I don't want to just take us to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I got to be the best ever when you have 2 Hall of Famers that came before him.
And that's the expectations, Andrew, when you play in Dallas and have that star in your helmet. Look, I love his confidence. That's why he was successful as a rookie and took that team to a 13-3 season. That's why he was able to guide his team last year through the loss of one of their biggest offensive weapons in Ezekiel Elliott. When he says that, that is just Dak having confidence in himself. But he does open up a can of worms when you think about the conversation that now puts him in, thinking about guys like Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach ahead of him. Here's what he needs to do this year. He really needs to work on his footwork. That's something that a lot of people have talked about, his throwing accuracy. And also keep in mind, his 2 targets, the guys that he threw 50% of his passes last year to, Jason Witten, Dez Bryant, not there. But I do see this as an opportunity. I talked to wide receivers coach Sanjay Law last night, and he said Scott Linehan's wheels are turning. His creative juice is flowing because he's got a lot of new guys now on the offensive side of the ball, young guys that I think are going to gel pretty well with Dak Prescott. So while it is still a wait-and-see situation, a lot of people having a hard time getting excited about the wide receivers on this roster with the departure of Dez Bryant. I think let's have a wait-and-see approach, and I think you don't want to count out Dak Prescott when I just know his mental makeup, having covered him the last 2 years. This is a guy that's going to get things done, but I do think it's a tall order when you say that you're going to be better than guys like Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. That conversation begins with rings.
Exactly, and with gold jackets there as well. And listen, love the confidence, and you would be criticizing, you, meaning everyone else out there, would be criticizing him if he said, I'm not going to be that good. Well, of course. He's got confidence. Does he have, though, Jane, a number 1 wide receiver after the draft?
To be determined. Again, I talked to wide receivers coach Sanjay Law. He is the new guy in Dallas. Of course, he worked with guys like, the guys in Buffalo. One of those guys, Deontay Thompson. You want to talk about how clutch he can be? Just look to the Bills game against the Colts this year when he set up that touchdown, or that catch rather, that led to the touchdown for LaShawn McCoy. Man, I'm all over the place today, Andrew. That set up LaShawn McCoy and sent them to the playoffs. Another guy that I know a lot of people have told me quietly be excited about is Allen Hurns coming out of Jacksonville. Look to 2015 and the production that he can put up. He put up over 1,000 yards that year when Blake Bortles was playing well. And, of course, they had Allen Robinson on the roster. They also really like this guy, Michael Gallup. Now, this was a guy they took in the 3rd round, comes out of Colorado State. I was told he's got a lot of juice in his legs. They are excited about him. And then Tavon Austin quietly surprising them. As Law explained to me, there's a lot of intensity to him when they're coaching him. They haven't done a lot of competition. That's going to happen this week. They've been focused on the fundamentals. But this is a guy they can run all over the place. They think that he can also play running back for them. So they do have some versatility. Sanjay Law believes they had more versatility than they had in the past. So, again, a wait-and-see approach. But I also think don't necessarily count this wide receivers group out just yet.